All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Racha, Chodash, Mama. Double honors to the elder apostles and their elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder of this camp as well. Salutations to the sincere Akim pushing this truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Karab Bani Yahawah, coming out of the Lions Den camp of Yahawah here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now today I'll be coming out with a little lesson. The title of this lesson is Chosen of Yahawah and Not of Man. Because as you know, we are chosen of Yahawah Yahweh Shai to do this work. We are chosen of Yahawah Yahweh Shai to be prophets. We are chosen of the Most High to break down these scriptures. And not of man. Man did not choose us for this. Because if this thing had something to do with man, it would be brothers that will be getting kicked out of this truth, not being allowed to teach, and different things of the sort like that. But we were chosen of the Most High. We were not chosen of man. So man can't tell you that you cannot teach. You know, if the spirit of Yahawah Bahashim Yahweh Shai is dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is supping with you, and you're able to break down these scriptures the correct way, i.e. rightly divide the word of truth. We are chosen of Yahawah and not of man. A man did not call us to this truth. A man did not call us unto righteousness. Yahawah did. And he predestined us from the foundations of the earth to do this work. We were already called and chosen. So without further ado, let's continue. This is Ephesians chapter 4. I'm going to start it. So like Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4. It says, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. See, according to as he hath chosen us. The Lord has chosen us according to his will, according to his power, according to what he wanted. That what? Before the foundation of the world, that we should be what? Holy, that we should be sanctified, that we should be set aside for righteousness without blame before him in love. We were already predestined. We were already set up to do this work. No man can take this from you, because why? We were set up by Yahawah. And Salakia, if the camera's kind of dark, I'm using a new device. But we were set up by Yahawah Yahweh Shai to do this work. We were not set up by no man. So a man cannot take this from you if the spirit of Yahawah Bahashim Yahweh Shai is dealing with you. No man can take you from this. No man can pluck you out of the Lord's hand. Because if man called us to do this thing, guess what? Man can take us out. He can say, a man can be like, well, I don't like you. You don't need to be in the truth no more, and you out. Or any manner of different things can happen. But that cannot happen. Why? Because we were chosen of Yahawah Yahweh Shai. Period. We were chosen of the Lord. We were chosen of a divine power to do this work. And no matter what anyone says, when the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with you, and you dealing in truth and sincerity, and you rightly dividing the word of truth, and you coming in the true names of Yahawah and Yahweh Shai, that's how you know the Lord is dealing with you. That's how you know the Lord is supping with you. If you're able to read these scriptures and break them down and not mislead the flock, that's how you know the Lord dealing with you. So no man can take us out of this, Bible, because we were chosen of Yahawah and not of man. But continuing, verse 5. It says, having predestinated. See, having predestinated. We were already set up, preordained, chosen aforetime. Again, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Hamashiach Yahweh Shai to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. So we were already predestinated to the good pleasure of Yahweh Yahweh Shai's will. Because the Lord wanted us to be set aside. We were chosen. The Most High set everything up, like I said before, meticulously, meaning very carefully, very precise. He set us up to do this work. And we cannot be taken out by no man. Period. But the Lord can remove you from this truth. Why? Because he the one called us to this truth. He the one calls us. He the one is responsible for us to be. He's the reason that we're quickened, i.e. made alive in the spirit. He is the reason for that. And he can put out that candle. He can make you. He could take you and return you back to a spiritually dead state. The Most High is in control, not a man. A man didn't call us. The Lord called us. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. It says, wherefore, gird up the loins, Salakia, of your mind, be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahawah HaMashiach. So we got to gird up our loins, man. We got to protect our mind. We got to put on our spiritual armor to protect us from the wiles of the devil, the lies of the devil. You know what I'm saying? And hope to the grace, hope for the end, that the grace of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that is revealed unto us through Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. You know, we got to hope. I'm going to jump down. I'm going to skip verse 14 and go to 15. It says, but as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversations. So the one that has called us, that is holy, he is set aside, he is sanctified, he is pure. The one that called us, so guess what? He is holy, so guess what? The one that called us, we are also supposed to be holy, as he is holy. And be holy in all manner of conversation, meaning be set aside, be sanctified in all manner of conversation. You know, from time to time, if you see opportunity, speak this truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Don't hold it back. Be constantly speaking on the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Verse 16, because it is written, again, because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy, because it is written. So the Lord is saying, because he is holy, be holy because he is holy. So we're supposed to be as he are. We are the image of Yahawah, Yahawah Salaki. And they're the image of righteousness. So guess what? We're supposed to be in that same image. Because why? Yahawah called us and not man. A man can be corrupted. A man can be misled, misguided. Yahweh Yahushua can't. Yahushua came in righteousness. He was we'll say the spitting image of Yahweh, of righteousness, of truth, of wisdom, of knowledge and understanding. He was holy. He was set aside. We were called to be the exact same way. Why? Because we were called of Yahweh and not of man. Continuing. I'm going to jump down to verse. I'm going to just go right to 20 to my point. It says, who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was manifest in the last times for you. It's talking about Yahweh Shai. He was foreordained. He was already set up. And he was manifest unto us in the last days. When Yahweh Shai came on the scene, then in the days of old, he was saying it was the last days. And we are living in the last days right now. We are living in revelation. Things are being revealed. Prophecies are being revealed as we speak. So he was already set up, just like Yahweh Shai was set up, foreordained, preordained. We are the exact same way, the Most High, according to his good will. We were set up already, period. Preordained, predestinated. Set up aforetime. To be what? Holy, because why? The Heavenly Father is holy. Why? Because Yahweh Shai is holy. We were already set up to do the work. That's why the name of the title of this lesson is chosen of Yahweh and not of man. A man did not set us up before the foundation of the earth to be predestinated to be conformed to the image of his son, which is Yahweh Shai. We were set up by Yahweh Shai to be righteous. We were set up to prophesy in the days that we're prophesying in right now. We were set up to do this work as right now. We were already set up so a man can't take us out of this, because we were chosen of Yahweh and not of man. Continuing. Let's go to Romans chapter 8, verse 29. It says, for whom he did foreknow, he also predestinated to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn amongst many brethren. So whom he did foreknow, he foreknew us, meaning he knew us before. He knew who the Lord know who we are. He also predestinated us, meaning he chose us before to be what? Conformed to the image of his son. What was the image of Yahawah? He was a righteous man. He did the work. He edified. He healed the sick. He rebuked. He did everything right according to the scriptures. Of course, we live in these chains of darkness, this flesh. So yeah, we're prone to go off here and there, but we were still predestinated to be conformed to the image of righteousness, the image of holiness. We were predestinated. We were chosen by what? Yahawah, and not man. But again, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn amongst many brethren. So Yahawah, he predestinated Yahawah to be the firstborn of his brethren, to be righteous amongst many brethren. Verse 30. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. So whom the Lord did predestinate, he also called. And the true men that you see out on the highways and the byways, coming in the true names, Yahawah, Yahawah, he predestinated them. He also called them. And those he called, he also justified us in the name of Yahawah Bahashim Yahushua. We already justified. We already made clear. We already been confirmed in righteousness. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. So we will be glorified in the end. Because while we did the work of Yahawah Bahashim Yahushua, because again, we were chosen of Yahawah and not of man. A man did not choose us to be in this thing. A man did not quicken our spirits. A man did not, we learned from men the understanding and what the scriptures mean. Because why? Because the Lord set men up for us to learn so that we can know. So yeah, we've learned certain breakdowns from men, but ultimately it was the Lord, Yahawah Bahashim Yahushua, that set us up, and not a man. John chapter 15 verse 19. It says, if ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. See, if we were of the world, if we were set up by men, then guess what? The world would love his own, i.e., men would love us. But because the Most High has chosen us out of the world, and we are not of the world, therefore the world hates us. Therefore, because we were not set up by men and chosen by men, men hate us. When I say men, I'm speaking in the general term. Yasha Allah, the other nations, because we are not of the world. We are of Yahawah Bahashim Yahushua. Because we are not of the world, so guess what? Therefore, the world hate us. They don't like this truth when we speak the truth. They don't like it. They don't agree with it. They disagree with it. But the Lord don't care. And neither should we, because we were already chosen by Yahawah Yahushua to do this work. We were preordained, predestinated. Can't nobody take it from you. You can't be plucked out of the Lord's hands. No man can pluck you out. If the Lord says, okay, I don't want to deal with you no more, then that's when you're out of the truth. That's when you lose the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding, and the ability to teach and rightly divide this word of truth. That's when you lose. But a man can't do nothing. A man can't, because the men or a man did not bring himself into the truth. You have had to have been woken up or quickened in the spirit by Yahawah Yahushua. Period. We are chosen of Yahawah and not of man. Last point, Jeremiah. Chapter 1, verse 5. right. Again, this is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So before we were even conceived, before we were even formed, the Lord knew us, knew who we was. He knew our spirit. I knew thee. Before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation. So before we were even formed, before we were even in the womb and born from the spirit world into this physical world, the Lord had already preordained us. He had already knew who we was and chose us to do this work. That we are a prophet, that we could be ordained a prophet to the nations. Because you got to think, to the nations, because Yahawah, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are spread around the four corners of the earth. Period. Jake looked like everybody. So of course the Lord is going to say, He ordained us to be a prophet unto the nations, because the Lord scattered us. So we must go out to the highways and the byways to preach this truth and this gospel to our people. So we were chosen of Yahawah and not of man. So a man can't take none of this from you. A man can't banish you to not do the work of Yahawah B'Hashem Yahushua. When the Lord has chosen you, because you do have a necessary evil within Yahawah, meaning you have these false prophets that are going off on doctrine, that are not rightly dividing the word of truth, that are not telling it, that are not breaking the scriptures down the right way, that are making up their own doctrines, bringing in damnable heresies, causing our people to err. But for the true men of the Lord, they're bringing the word. They're speaking in the names. They're coming in the names. Yahawah. Why Yahweh Shai? Rightly dividing the word of truth. And again, we were chosen of Yahawah and not of man. And with that, Shalom.